We are on the train on the way into London, where I'm in court. We're about to pass through Luton. I remember sitting on a train once with a lady. I spoke about Luton. She said, I close my eyes when the train goes through Luton. We're going into London. I'm at Southwark Crown Court today, where I am appealing a conviction for a stalking prevention order against a journalist. So that's what we're in court for today.
Be arriving at Luton. Change here for other national rail services.
Close your eyes. I'm in court today to challenge an injunction by an abuse of the legal system to prevent my journalism. When Panorama were lying about me, what did I do? I used my journalism to expose them. When Hope Not Hate were lying about me, what did I do? I used my journalism to expose them. When this journalist, who has wrote 244 news articles about me, I've got a stalking prevention order. She's wrote 244 news articles about me. She's never met me, never spoke to me. She's implicated me in a terrorist trial which resulted in people threatening to kill my family. She was part of a group of journalists who, to cause a spectacle, in their own words, live streamed where my family and children live, sent an Antifa extremist who threatened to murder my children. You wouldn't know any of this from these frauds, show the camera, from these clowns, because they never report to you. Look, he's hiding now. But you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know it from the mainstream media because they don't show you this. When someone decides to show you this, what do? They use the legal system. I've got an injunction. You wouldn't have seen silence. This isn't about stopping me doing my journalism. It's about stopping you seeing it. Okay? You'd never have seen Panorama if they had their way. You'd never have seen any of our rape gangs, the Rape of Britain documentaries. You would never have seen Silence, which was unfortunately leaked, which showed you the corruption of the judiciary. And they've got an injunction preventing you from seeing what this journalist's been up to. Because I am exposing her, yeah, with my journalism. And that's what they've prevented. So this is a battle where they're preventing me showing you and you watching it. But we're in court today. Hopefully we have a judge who listens to the fact. Stalking prevention order. I knocked on her door once. Yeah, I knocked on her door because she told me I had to answer her fraudulent allegations from her fraudulent source. But the truth is, these lot here, they've already wrote their news articles. Yeah, they're not here to report the truth. They're not going to listen and see the evidence in court. They're going to tell you what they want to tell you about me. So I need your support. We've raised 30% of the money. Unfortunately, that's where we're at. So I do have to ask you, please help me fight this case. Please help me pay my legal team. Yeah. They threw this case on me last week. It was meant to be in December. So the barrister who had already prepared all this case with me can't do the trial. Yeah? So I've had to get a new legal team. And I've spent this week doing Zoom meetings to go through our case. I am prepared. They're prepared. We're going in to fight it. I hope we get a result. But if nothing else, we fought it. You helped me fight it. I would have already been down and beaten 100 times if it wasn't for your support. So I thank you so much. If you can contribute towards it, I thank you in advance. I hope we win. Thank you. Do I look like a waiter at a restaurant? Honest question. Do I look like a stalker? Honest question. So today, the journalist in question admitted that the article for when Antifa extremists were sent to my property to live stream and threaten to murder my children, that her article was already written before they come. She was in prior contact with them. She was fully aware that Dick Coughlan, an Antifa extremist, was going to go to my house and live stream the address. She admits she knew, and she wrote her article prior, so once they knocked on the door, the Independent just pressed drop, and the article went out. She said she didn't research. In her article, she didn't know who Dick Coughlan was, but in her article it says YouTuber Dick Coughlan. But she didn't think to research or care who he was. 5 minutes of research by anybody, least of all a journalist who's writing a news article, would have known that he's an extremist, that he's a racist, that he's a radical, that his whole thing is about provoking me, and that's who they chose to go to my children's home, when in her article, she also makes aware that she knew I wasn't in the country. They were fully aware, and they all coordinated together to attack my family. And my family had to leave their home. I had 3 children in 3 schools, so yeah, that's what they've done to me, and the judges are now aware of that, and will be aware of that, but that's what's happened today. She said as a journalist she doesn't know what doorstepping is. She's never heard of doorstepping. Journalist doorstep. Yeah, all journalists have always doorstepped. Anyone who's watched my documentary sees what I do. I go and get the moment on camera, whether it be with paedophiles, liars, John Sweeney. I go and get it on camera so you can see their reaction, because that's an important part of the story and of my documentaries. It's exactly what I went to that lady's house to do. I wanted to go to show you that she was fully aware that her source was not reliable. And I'd have videoed it. And if she just answered the door, there would have been a video of that and it would have been done. The film would have gone out. I'm going to ask the judge tomorrow, watch the film. You do not need to bring court orders or injunctions in to prevent the public seeing the truth. There's nothing that's not factual in my documentary. Nothing at all. It's me embarrassing her poor work. What came out today and what she admitted today was that she made up the fact that I sent Darren Osborne direct messages. It was never said in the terrorist trial. And she said, I don't know why you're spitting hairs about that. I'll tell you why I was spitting hairs about that. Because you implicated that I sent direct messages to a terrorist 2 days before he committed a terrorist attack. You made it look like I'd done that. And the consequences of that was threats to murder my family again. That's what it was. And that was your poor journalism. Okay? Go on, mate.
Can we just stop this for a minute?
Yeah?
Because where you're on private property, they've asked me to come and speak to you.
What's that?
Because this is private property,
What is?
all this land.
Whose property is this?
Don't ask me who owns it because I ain't got a clue.
What do you mean private property? It's a road.
Right. Because where you are,
Yeah?
and you're filming,
Yeah?
and I know who you are.
Yeah? So, it's day 2 of my trial, and I've just been to Greg's. I was meant to fast today, but I went to Greg's because I'm giving evidence and I don't want to be hangry. Because I get hangry when I'm tired or hungry. So, I'm in court today, I'm giving evidence, so it's my turn to give evidence where I'll be challenged. All I want to plead with these judges is just watch the film, okay? I'm an investigative journalist, don't have misconceptions and don't believe the half-truths the media say about me. Just watch my work. If you watch my work, you'll see there's nothing that the court should interfere in. The public should be able to see the factual documentary I put together, which exposes these, not journalists, because they're not, they're activists, and it exposes their lies about me, and it exposes the fact that they endangered my family, yeah? So, I hope it goes well. So, that's what I'm doing today. And I'm off now. See you soon. So, court case finished. Verdict is on Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Do you know what? I'm hopeful. Certainly my barrister, my legal team from Carson K were unbelievable. They were great. Thanks to you. You helped me with that. They were brilliant, honestly. Absolutely brilliant. They tore it to pieces, I believe. I believe that the judge didn't watch the full documentary, but watched a 22-minute segment that I prepared about the journalist in question, which categorically proves her lie after lie after lie about me, and not just lie, but the endangerment of my family, which is coordinated and purposely done. The fact that someone can write 244 news articles about me, do you know how long her tweets? So when you go to her Twitter feed and write Tommy Robinson, it takes 10 minutes to go through the tweets she's wrote about me, and I've got a stalking prevention order. In fact, what's on the documentary is multiple threats to murder my family, attacks against my home. The only person who's ever been taken to court is me, because the Met Police have conspired with this journalist to prevent you seeing the reality. You've given me the opportunity to fight this, and it's just like each time, I don't know anything other than to fight it, and I wouldn't be able to fight it if it wasn't for you. So I want to thank you. If you've supported it, I will need to continue asking until we reach the goal. So sorry about that. So my solicitor's in court, I'm not in court. I was excused from court because I need to go to the north of England to look at some houses because I need somewhere to live in the UK. I've been messaging her. She did say 2:30 to 2:45. I sent her loads of sets of eyes. All right? So she's responded. This is either the verdict or she's telling me to shut up. So I just want to... Judge just getting into the actual law now. Okay. Okay. She's watching it. Are you watching it? So, look, come on, man. I just want to know the verdict. Come on.
Hello?
Hiya.
It's not good news.
Ain't it?
No.
Oh, God. Again.
I know.
So the judge has ruled that, no, he's kept me with the prevention order, which only lasts another 3 years. It's like, so in 3 years' time, what it goes. He has said that Lizzie did and made honest mistakes as a journalist. We're going to show you the video now. You're going to be able to watch the video that I put together of Lizzie Dearden's honest mistakes. Lizzie Dearden admitted in court that she conspired with Antifa extremists and a former member of alleged former member of a prescribed terrorist organisation to target my family's home when I wasn't even in England. I'm shocked, man. I don't know why I allow myself to even start thinking that there was a possibility we'd win. We got, at least in court, Lizzie Dearden admitted that she pre-wrote her article after conspiring. So the whole lot, you know, like in the film Silence, which no one's allowed to watch, I make the allegation that there's an unholy alliance of judiciary, media, police, where they're all working together to control the narrative. Well, Lizzie Dearden admitted that when she was on the dock. that she had conspired previously to pre-write an article before they targeted my family. And then when they knocked at my family's door, when they live streamed my children's home, that's when her article dropped. She totally ignored the fact it was an extremist who come to the house, totally ignored the fact that he threatened to murder my children, totally ignored the fact all of that was admitted from their journalism, of course. Honest mistakes, that's what the judge just said apparently. I'm gutted, man. I just think again, Jesus, man. Do you know what? We were still able to go to court. We still got her admitting it. We got the police officer accepting in the dock that she wasn't impartial, that she hadn't done a proper investigation into both sides, which was her job. But we lost again, not by a jury. I just find it amazing. I've never, ever, ever had a jury. I'm tried by judge after judge, and I always think, is there a judge brave enough that's going to say you were wrong? Is there a judge brave enough that's going to look at what they've done? And today we find out there's still no judge brave enough. So all I can say to you is thank you. You put me in the position where I could challenge this. I'm gutted. Is it a waste? I don't see it as a waste. I see it as that we continue to fight. I don't see what other option I have but to challenge what happens. Because if they can do it to me, they can do it to you. If they've now silenced me through certain parts of things that I can put out and show you. You're going to see the video now anyway. We're going to play the video to show you what was going on and what this so-called journalist had done. But again, just a quick thank you for me for your effort, for supporting me, and for helping me fund this campaign. But I'm still about £7 short. How am I going to get £7 How am I going to get £7 Everyone's going to be like, you lost, mate. I'm not paying for that. But if you have supported me, I'm grateful. Still got a bill to pay, which is now bittersweet, paying it. I will pay it because I'll be honest, the barrister was brilliant. She was absolutely brilliant. Carson Kay have been brilliant. I will not leave them out of pocket for this case. I thank you in advance for supporting me. I can't believe it. So let's have a look. Who the journalist was, who broke the news story that papers had been served at my family home. It was none other than Lizzie Dearden. Lizzie Dearden is a colleague of Mike Stutchbury at the Independent newspaper, or the not so independent newspaper. You see, since the Independent was bought, 30% owned by Saudi Arabia, Lizzie Dearden has become obsessed with me. Lizzie Dearden has wrote over 200 news articles about me since 2018. Lizzie Dearden has never met me, she's never interviewed me, and she's never asked me for comment. Let's call this what it is. This is not journalism. This is a Saudi-funded activist. She is part of this organised attack at my family home. Her article was ready to go out. It was dropped. Now, as a journalist, you would look and you'd research who Dick Coughlan was. In her news article, she describes him as YouTuber Dick Coughlan. You can do 5 minutes research, find out that he's a Nazi, an extremist, a racist, and an Antifa activist. That, of course, is totally omitted from the news article. My children being threatened with their life is omitted from the news article. My family having to flee their home is omitted from any news articles. Tommy Robinson served papers. That's what you read. 212 news articles about Tommy Robinson since 2018. Lizzie Dearden has never met me. She's never ever spoke to me. She's never asked me a question. This is not journalism. Let's stop calling them journalists and call them what they are. She's a Saudi-funded activist. Now, at this same present time, there was a terrorist attack by a man called Darren Osborne, who drove a van into innocent Muslims outside of Finsbury Park Mosque. Lizzie Dearden plays a key role in lots of things to do with myself. As I said, she'd become obsessed. But it's not just an obsession. She lies regularly about me in the media. A terrorist trial is going on from Darren Osborne, and all of a sudden my face pops up all over the news. These are the news articles that went out that day. Tommy Robinson sent direct Twitter message to Darren Osborne days before the attack. These articles read as though I sent Darren Osborne to commit a terrorist attack, as though I was in direct contact with him via Twitter. Anyone who understands Twitter knows that to send a direct message, you have to follow each other, which means you know each other. Okay, this is what went out. I at the time had no idea who told this lie. I just saw the lie go around the world. I knew I didn't follow him on Twitter. I knew I'd never sent him a message. Okay, so I spent £5,000 to get the transcripts from that court case to understand just who told this lie. It turns out the first journalist to report the headline that Tommy Robinson sent direct Twitter messages was Lizzie Dearden. Now, if we search these transcripts and we search for the words Tommy Robinson Twitter, you will see they don't show up. It was never said. In my investigation here, we find that the words that Lizzie Dearden tweeted and her commentary from court was totally false and totally inaccurate. In the trial of a terrorist that linked an innocent person to that trial. Now, what's the result of this? Would you call it misreporting? Would you call it fake news? Would you call it purposely done, if you look at this? So Lizzie Dearden has not done her job. She's not just not done her job, but she sought to involve me and criminally link me to a terrorist attack. What's the result of this? I received hundreds of threats after this by people who believed, because of her false reporting, that I was involved in this attack. I received threats to murder my children, murder my family. But if we just watch just one of the videos that I received at that time.
This is for you, Tommy. In the name of Allah, the death angel doesn't care if you're big. I will cut your mother. I'll rip, you will eat your mother. I'm telling you, I will kill you and take your merchandise. You better pray 2 rakats, you bloody kuffar. Pray to your Lord, because I will kill you and take your merchandise. If you was me, you'd kill people because you're big. I will stab his tweezer, snatch his soul, chew it, and his death will come with my hands.
So, as you've just watched, serious threats to murder my family. All of this, the result, because of the false reporting from Lizzie Dearden, who's wrote hundreds of news articles about me, in a live terrorist court trial. After hearing these threats against my family, I've done what any sane person would do. I called 999 and I called the police. I also investigated who this gentleman was. You can hear my conversations here with the police. Because he's making videos, he's sending them to me, he's putting them online, he's talking about how Allah's instructed him. Do you want me to read you what he said? He's messaging me, normally if you're good I will still kill your mother, chop her, burn her, cook her. Your daughter, who's a piece of shit, slaughter her neck. She will, I will chop that fat little hairy cunt and cook her with her own saucepan. I'll make all of his stuff. Then he's making religious, it's all religiously motivated. The police send their team out. Again, I video so you get to see. They say they're taking it seriously. They say they've got all these different agencies on it to protect my family. He's then specifically saying he's going to kill my mum. There's other videos of him saying he's going to kill my mum. There's all these different videos. Now, my kids are at school, my wife's at school, my mum and dad are around. Yeah? He may look like an idiot, but it's these people that will do it.
I know there is a lot of other things going on behind the scenes that you're not even aware of right now. Okay. So don't think that me just sitting here is the only person that's got any involvement with this.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I've got inspectors, I've got sergeants all on this as well. I've got the intelligence bureau on it, etc., etc. So there's a lot of other things going on other than me just sitting here right now. Yeah?
That's all I got there. Thank you.
No, thank you. No.
And his name there is. This is another Facebook, but then I found, so these are different Facebook profiles. That's the one he's using to threaten me. Now when I've looked through, he went to high school. Now when I've looked up kids that went to school with that name, I found, so before his name, which makes sense with the card, that's his real name. I have a job as a father to protect my family. People are threatening to kill my children. I wait for the police to do their job. The next day, 24 or 48 hours later, no arrest has been made. So I go after tracking down where the gentleman lives. 20 down. We get out. Yeah. Have you got mental health issues?
Yeah.
Right, so you're talking about killing my kids. How have I found you before the police have found you? How have I got you here before the police have found you? Where are you running to? I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to hurt you. You're threatening to murder my children, bruv. I'm not going to hurt you, okay? If I wanted to hurt you, I'd already hurt you.
Okay.
I'm not going to hurt you. You're threatening to murder my children. How do you think, bruv, if you've got mental health issues, you need help, bruv. If that's the case, if you're standing in front of me now, yeah, are you going to come to my house and hurt my family?
No.
So why are you saying it, kid?
Someone keep brainwashing.
Someone's brainwashing you, and I can tell someone's brainwashing. Who's brainwashed you?
Ali Dawah.
Ali Dawah's brainwashed you to kill my kids.
I got that from YouTube actually. Someone said he'll kill someone and take his
Takes his merchandise, like some Islamic.
Have an arm wrestle.
Can you have an arm wrestle? See, mate. Look, listen,
Friendly one.
Friendly one. Look.
Oh my God.
Look. Son, I can see. Yeah. See, I'm meeting you now, and I know there's no danger to my family. Yeah.
Okay, I'll protect you. You
protect me. I record everything that I put into videos. My job is a journalist. I make films like you're watching now, and I produce content to prove to you it's usually the opposite of what the media are telling you. Okay. So when I went to find this gentleman, it became very apparent very quick that he was suffering from mental health issues.
You want a little arm wrestle?
1, 2, 3, go. Eyes.
Oh, there you go. See how strong you are. He is strong. There you go. I just wanted to assess, was he a danger to my family? At which point I then wanted to help the gentleman receive the help he needs. But again, this man threatening to kill my family would not have happened if it wasn't for the false reporting of the not so independent journalist Lizzie Dearden.
Why does people show hatred in you? Because first I didn't know you, that's why I was doing it. Okay. When I knew you, you're a good person, you're not a bad person.
No, it's all right, man. But you, as I said, just get the help you need, because you need help. You need medical help. So don't. And you see those sort of Ali Dawahs, they're going to use you.
Be nice to the police officers.
Preachers, they're going to use you. You don't want to be used, yeah? Because they'll wind you up and make you do something like you do it, right? Sam.
We've got an ambulance coming down.
An ambulance is coming, yeah? Next, I receive an email on a Friday evening from my solicitor, my old solicitor. He's received a set of allegations from Lizzie Dearden sent on Friday afternoon at 5 p.m. with lots of criminal allegations about me, with Lizzie Dearden saying that she's going to run a news article about me on the Monday morning, and I need to answer all these allegations over that weekend. Now, if she wanted to contact me, she'd known about this story for a while, but she purposely sent it on a Friday afternoon to a solicitor who she probably thought wouldn't be at work, to not even give me an opportunity to answer these allegations. The first thing I done was looked at who her source of information was. Her source of information to make these serious criminal allegations was Caelan Robertson. Caelan Robertson was an ex-employee of me. I've already made a film called Panodrama. We're going to play you an extract from that film here, where you will hear Caelan Robertson confirming that he's not just been sexually assaulted, but he's been blackmailed and forced by dark, seedy organisations like Hope Not Hate, who are George Soros-funded groups. He's been blackmailed and threatened in order to say negative things about me to the media.
Made really inappropriate, I don't know how to describe it, almost basically like a sexual assault situation towards me when I was really drunk, pretty much passed out.
This gets messier and messier.
No, hold on, yeah, okay, and I got really upset and I broke down and I told George about it last week because it's really fucked me up, and George messaged Nick, and apparently nearly got suspended, and it's fucking, it's a really big mess.
I'll come to Milan to see you. Who'd he come with?
Nick.
He come with Nick, so Nick was with him?
Yeah.
And what did he do when you was drunk?
Nick wasn't there at that moment. Nick had gone home. So we were filming with Lauren, and then they said, you've got to meet us. So we flew to Spain via Milan, met them in Milan, literally just had a coffee with them where they basically just carried on threatening us, and said you've got to do Sky or one mainstream media thing, and then I went back to London to drop something off and to go then to Spain. So Caelan was left in Milan for one night. Nick left that night as well, I think. Yeah, and then this is when this thing happened. Caelan said that he was basically really wasted, that he thinks let himself into Caelan's room, and basically, Caelan kind of woke up and was half naked, trying to do stuff with him, and then Caelan said no, and was like, oh, you don't have to tell anyone, blah 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 blah. Caelan's really fucked up about it. So this was 2 months ago, and Caelan only told me about it last week. So I messaged Nick saying we need to talk. What the fuck is going on? And then Nick said that he's doing an investigation into it. We're basically threatened with the most horrendous shit you can possibly imagine for 3 months, constantly to do this, constantly. Because basically, why they have dirt on us is when we left Rebel. I don't know if I told you this. When we left Rebel, we were really fucking angry, and none of the media would take all the stuff we had on them. So Nick Close reached out to me on Twitter, and he was like, "Oh, meet up with us." And we were like, "Oh, okay." Like, we weren't working with anyone then, so we were like, "Yeah, fuck it." And we met up with them twice, and we were like, we can write a book on Rebel Media, we can write a book on how they've scammed people, and this and this and this and this and this, and we were like really conniving with them. One of the first things they started threatening us with, this only started 3 months ago. We had no contact with them between 3 months ago and leaving Rebel, nothing. They started messaging us saying, "We need to meet you, this is really serious." And then when we met them, they said to George, I wasn't there, "We're going to release all of the meetings that you've had with us, threatening Rebel Media and talking shit about right-wing personalities, bitching about them, nothing serious, just saying, oh, they're cunts. And they're going to make you, and we're going to basically expose you." And also, we've got 6 signatures from the top trade unionist organisations in the country saying that they're going to come after you, and the government have opened a new department which we're advising on counter-terrorism, which are going to prosecute you for writing scripts which have incited the Darren Osborne terrorist attack. And it was like, they were basically like, "You're going to fucking go to jail and you're going to get exposed for meeting with us if you don't work with us." This is what it all comes down to, this Panorama fucking thing. And Hope Not Hate were there standing next to the BBC producers.
When you went for the meeting with Panorama, who from Hope Not Hate was there?
Nick, Joe, John Sweeney, and the producer. So like, Hope Not Hate were like fucking terrifying, and they like did, they blackmailed us, they like Joe fucking used the whole thing to try and get into Caelan's pants. This is how bad it really was. When we pulled up in London, this was the day I dropped off the suitcase to you, right? That I went straight off from there, I can't remember where it was, to go and do this interview with them. They hired out this big car park warehouse thing. They had a little chair in the middle of it. I walked into this room, sat down. It was a cameraman, it was the head producer, it was Nick, and it was Joe. And then I started getting really nervous because she was saying, "How much money? Name numbers, name figures." And I was like, "Well, it was enough to pay for us to make videos, and all the money was spent on kit." And I was just saying vague shit. And then Joe said, "Can we stop the interview, please?" And then I was like, "Okay." And then Nick went, "Can you come with us, Caelan?" And then Nick and Joe took me to the other side of the warehouse and said, "Caelan, you really need to give them more information than this. You really need to open up a little bit more, because this is really not useful to them. They're probably not even going to use this. You need to go into specifics, you need to go into numbers, you need to at least show them something."
Were they threatening you?
Breather, have a cigarette and we'll come back to it.
Were they threatening you then?
Okay. I had a cigarette and I went back and I sat down and I still couldn't really do it. And it was really bad. Like, I was like shaking the whole time. And that's when we told Panorama that we didn't feel that it was safe, that it was not okay, and that we were basically threatened.
There you can hear ex-employees blackmailed, threatened, terrified and scared into making things up about me for the media. And this is who Lizzie Dearden is using as a source to pump lies around the globe about me, okay? And here's another message from Caelan Robertson, even just last year, confirming that he was blackmailed again to another gentleman via direct message. Now, with it being Friday afternoon and me being an investigative journalist, I have sources. I can get access to bank accounts, to phone records. I have private investigators. So I contact my private investigator and I said, I need to track down Lizzie Dearden. I need to know where she lives and I need information on her, okay? And I need that information because Lizzie Dearden was already going to be a part of the documentary you're now watching, Silenced, because she plays a key role in these attacks which are orchestrated against me. The media has been weaponised against me. So, I get my private investigator, it comes back with information, I get her address, guess what? Where she lives, she's not registered as living. So you can see I've used a private investigator, because she will be shocked as to how I found her. And Sunday evening, I travelled as a journalist to record myself giving proof to Lizzie Dearden that Caelan Robertson is not a reliable source of information to run headlines around the globe about someone. You've seen the consequences of false stories. I know only too well the negative effect it has on my children when lies are pumped about me by journalists or activists. So Sunday evening, I arrive at Lizzie Dearden's property. Not with a gang, not with a dog, like when they come to mine, not masked up. On my own, I approach the concierge with security and listen to the conversation I have.
because Lizzie...
I don't know who is Lizzie. I'm just working here.
No, that's fine, bro.
And I think you're doing your job.
Yeah.
Which we respect each other's boundary.
No, that's fine.
Right?
That's fine.
I don't know who is Lizzie. You came in, I don't know who you're looking for, who is you, and I
Ginger hair, Lizzie.
Listen.
Yeah.
And my boss has just called me
Okay.
that if it is possible
Yeah.
for you to leave, that would be great.
Okay.
So I don't want us to start. You are doing your job, I'm doing my job.
No, that's fine, bro. Yeah,
to
that's
start
fine. No, that's
fighting
fine.
for nothing.
No, that's fine, mate.
Please.
I just... That she had...
Please don't ask me further questions. I can't give you any details.
No, I get it, mate. I get it.
Respect my way.
Yeah.
I respect yours.
That's cool, man. All right, mate.
Please.
Okay, cool. Right, no problem. I'll try one more.
And stop pressing the doors, please.
No?
No.
But then I'm going to have to come back.
Please.
Can you tell them that I'm going to have to come back?
Who are you?
My name's Tommy Robinson. Tommy.
If I see
From number, there's a and a Lizzie that live at number. So can you let them know that I'll be back every day if I have to come back every day. I need to speak to them. Look, if I show you, they've contacted me today. They've contacted me saying that they're running a newspaper story, and I need to contact them by 11 o'clock.
I'm just going to speak to you gently.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I just got a call.
From Lizzie.
No, from someone else.
Her partner.
From someone else, which I cannot disclose to you.
Okay.
And if it is nice of you to leave, that would be great.
Okay.
So I can. Is that right?
Is that it? Bruv, but the lady, so you understand, the lady that have you locked yourself out? I'm sorry, bruv. I'm sorry, your day's getting worse. But listen, the lady that I've actually... Ring the buzzer, get someone to come down and let you in. No? But bro, the lady I'm here to speak to, she's asked me to contact her.
There you can hear. I'm there to answer her allegations on camera. Let me show you what the media said. The media tell you I was angry, I was agitated. You've just watched the video of me at her house. I was already working on the documentary and the film you're watching now, Silence, which Lizzie Dearden was part of. So this was then to play a part to show you how there is an organised attack and the media are used as a weapon to destroy people. I knock at her door. The media have told you I was angry, I was agitated. Read their headlines. You've just watched the video. Did I sound angry? Did I sound agitated? Or did I sound like a journalist who was there to answer her questions? And what's the knock-on effect from this? I drive down the road after she refuses to come out, so I can't get on camera my response to her, which is what I went there for. I drive off, I'm arrested down the road. I'm arrested for a breach of the peace. I'm not just arrested, I'm held for 24 hours and I'm prosecuted. I'm taken to court for a breach of the peace at Lizzie Dearden's house. The only problem being, there's no evidence of a breach of the peace because I record it. So the evidence is that I knocked there as a journalist. So when it gets to court 2 weeks later, it's kicked straight out of court and no charges are brought. But that's not the end. You see, the police and the media continue to conspire together, as you've seen throughout this film. The next step is I receive a court date where I'm being given a civil injunction for stalking. I knocked at Lizzie Dearden's house once on my own because she contacted me to answer her questions. I've not wrote 200 news articles about her. I've not sent people to her house. Although I know where she lives, I'd not publicised where she lives. I didn't live stream where she lives. In fact, when this footage would go out in my documentary, I would have made sure that no one could work out where she lived. The total opposite to what they've done to my family. The working name is Silenced because everything from start to finish in this film is about silencing people.